Anyone who knows the BMW lineup would always argue that the BMW 7 Series was the pinnacle of their luxury fleet. But that was until these two came along, the BMW X7 and the BMW 8 Series. So when I was asked to pick a car from BMW's GKR range, I went out and chose the X7 because, well, me being me, it's a practical family car. I can get my wife and my child in there, the dog and all of our stuff for loads of staycations and family holidays. It's a good cross-country cruiser. But I'll give you two guesses as to who chose the bright blue BMW 8 Series.
Hello. Yep. I chose this.
Hi, Matt.
It's a very me car, this, isn't it? So firstly, this is the M850i. Not the range topper, because of course you can get an M8 competition, but this, I mean, just take it in. Riviera blue from BMW's individual palette, and it looks mega. It's hard to believe that this has actually been out now for over 2 years, 2.5 years. 2018, tail end 2018. It still looks so fresh and elegant, and this one in particular has got so much carbon fibre and design elements. So you've got really thin LED lights. This car actually hasn't got laser lights, which is a bit strange. I noticed that yours has.
Yep.
So that's one thing that you've got over me in top trumps already.
Yep.
You can get them part of the visibility pack. Kidney grills though. Should we talk kidney grills?
Let's talk kidney grills.
While we're here, mine, elegant, really lovely and swooping, look really nice.
Mine, also elegant in my opinion, but
big.
Very large.
Yes.
Much on the larger side.
I will say, I think, and this isn't just my opinion of that car, I think that looks great. And I got quite a lot of flack for that when it first came out.
Yeah.
However, I think that has grown on so many people
I
since
love
it's come
it.
out.
I think it's got a real, like, ominous,
yes,
overwhelming kind of, road presence. You see that in your rearview mirror and you want to move out the way,
yeah,
really,
definitely.
Yeah, it's an awesome looking car. I think the weird thing is, it's got the aerodynamic profile of a house brick. It's very flat, isn't it? It's like, I mean, how flat that front end is. But BMW have done a fantastic job with the aero, haven't they? Because, well, all these grills channel down the side, they send all the air through the wheel arches out the side and down these lovely kind of side profiles in the flank of the car, and it makes it very slippery. It's actually much more aerodynamic than its exterior appearance lets on.
And these are very much, I think, reflective of our personalities, these two cars, I think. But I think, should we have a look firstly at some of the practicalities of this?
And then move on to that.
Before we move on to that. Cool, let's get started with the interior. The 8 Series was the first to introduce this new design language. So we had the new steering wheel, the new operating system 7 infotainment screen, which really easy to use. You can now get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on that too. And it was also the first to incorporate this new digital dash. Now, a lot of people say it's a little bit dark. I think it's actually really good. I actually really like the way that the revs go up and round the dash. And then we've also got in this car crafted clarity, which is basically a posh way of saying we've got a glass gear selector down here with 8 engraved into it. It's a really nice piece, that. The same as the start button, like a glass effect. It's really cool. I do love the way this interior is set out. It's inherently BMW, so if you've had BMWs in the past, yes, it might be new in here, but it's still very easy to fathom. They've not changed it drastically, so it means that you can get into this and be familiar with it immediately. Now, practicality. There's plenty of room in the front, there's plenty of headspace. However, there's not a huge amount of space in the back of this coupe. However, BMW obviously thought about that. So the 8 Series isn't just available as a coupe. You can also get a convertible and a Grand Coupe with 4 doors and loads of room in the back, which is very impressive. And when we're talking about practicality, let me now pass you to Jack to run you through some of the practicalities of that X7.
When it comes to practicality, the BMW X7 is really hard to beat. It's about as big as my house. I mean, look at the size of these doors. They're absolutely massive. You could squeeze a tiny elephant through there quite easily. Look at the size of that. Then around the back, we've got an electric tailgate, which is split fold as well. So you can drop this lower level down and have yourself some nice seating if you're out and about having a picnic with a family. Talking of the family, it's got 3 rows of seats. It's a 7-seater. So you can go from maximum occupancy like this, and at the simple press of a button, you can drop it down to maximum load space. Now, when I talk about cars with 7 seats, normally when you're sat in the back here, you're quite confined. You don't have much in the way of creature comforts, but not with the X7. It's got its very own sunroof. These rear seats are heated, and they've got their own climate control. I mean, it doesn't get much more luxurious than that, does it? Step inside and, well, it's much the same as what Matt's been through with the 8 Series. We have iDrive 7 and this lovely new design language that BMW are using for their interiors. Massive infotainment screen, really, really clear, and I've got to agree with Matt, I really do like this driver's display. I love the angles on it, and I like the overall layout of everything. Everything's so easy to see. There's also this heads-up display, which again comes as standard on the X7. It's a great feature. It means that you never really have to take your eye off the road to find what you're looking for. Other things I want to mention about the interior of the X7 is this beautiful Sky Lounge panoramic sunroof that runs the whole length of the car. Lets so much light in, it makes it such a nice place to sit and be. Then we've also got these seats. These are actually only available on the 50i, which I'm driving now with the most performance orientated engine, but I mean, they really do add a level of sportiness and comfort to the interior. And another absolutely bonkers feature, which I didn't think we needed either, but now I want in all my cars, is this heated and cooled cup holders. So if you have yourself a lovely BMW branded flask, pop it in there and it'll keep your cool drinks cool or your hot drinks hot. Well, that's enough individual chat about the cars. It's time to play a game of Rybrook TV Top Trumps. I've asked Matt to think of a few things about his car that he likes. I've got a few on this that I like, and it's time to decide a winner. Okay, so after you.
So, first things first, I've had a bit of a howler because I chose engine and power.
And I know you, so I chose engine and power too.
Yep, I did not think that you'd bring a 50i, so we're actually exactly the same. I've got just over 530 brake horsepower, and you've got the same.
Yep, so 1-1.
Yep, 1-1. So, my next one, 0 to 62. I know that is quicker.
Yes, it is.
So 3.7 seconds, 0 to 62 in that car. I know that's marginally slower.
Yeah,
so
that's, slower.
Slower. So 2-1.
2-1. But being slower, that does bring me on to my point.
Yep.
Far more practical, more seats. I know it's heavier, making it slower, but much more usable. 7 seats, massive load capacity.
So I can't compete with that. This car has 4, even as the Grand Coupe, I still can't compete with that.
No,
so can't compete.
2-2.
2-2, right. Next one. This is quite a contentious one. I've got smaller grills.
Knew you were going to bring that up. Knew you were going to bring that up.
Got to bring it up. Got to bring it up. I've got smaller grills. I think this has been much more better accepted with the whole car community than the X7. So I win that one.
Okay, I'll give you the point for that one. Not that I don't like the look of mine.
No, not at all.
I think it's a beautiful looking car. But yeah, okay, so that puts you 1 up.
Yep.
Can you go off-roading?
I can, but I will probably get stuck.
This won't.
Yes.
So I can raise and lower the suspension for the different terrains, which is great again for staycations and stuff like that. I don't have to get across a campsite, anything like that. You can do that.
Yeah.
You can also attach a tow bar to this, so I can do towing as well.
Yep.
Which,
I can't do these things.
No.
And I don't think I'd want to try and do these things with this, in all honesty. But that's 3-3. So what I suggest then, let's hand it over to you guys. You decide which one of these 2 cars you would take home or take on a staycation. Let us know in the comments, and whichever one you choose, that'll be our winner.
Okay, so there you go. 2 very different cars, both from BMW's GKL lineup, both sharing much of the same DNA, but going about things very, very differently. One of them full of luxury and practicality, the other full of luxury and sports DNA. But which one would you pick? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to find out more about either of these vehicles or interested in taking a test drive, please use the links in the description below to contact one of our retail centres.